Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Real Madrid 4, Celta Vigo nil. Real Madrid absolutely demolished Celta Vigo at the Bernabeu. Kind of expected, although I didn't predict 4-0. I said 2-1. I thought Celta were gonna come in, defend for their lives, fight, and it seemed that it was quite the opposite because you look at the first minute onwards from when the game kicked off, they really defended really poorly. Leaving gaps and corners, not marking them, not getting enough men to try to win the ball back. Constantly looked like they were chasing the game from the first minute. And when you come to the Santiago Bernabeu, you come to play Real Madrid, and you look like you're going to chase the game since minute one, you're bound to lose. You've got players like Vinicius Junior who can punish, and although he didn't score, you've got players like Rodrigo who can punish, Brahim Diaz can punish, you've got a midfield of Valverde, you've got Camavinga, you've got Luka Modric. These are players who can punish you if you come into the first minute and say, look, I'm going to be chasing the game, we're going to be coming in here, and we're going to be chasing. And they didn't even try to defend for their lives. There was no system. It didn't look like they had a game plan coming to this game. It looked like they were everywhere, and that was absolutely poor and unexpected from Rafa Benitez's side. Really. So, that's that from Celta's point. They have got decent players. They've got Jonathan Bamba, Larson, and Espas. These are capable players who can do the job. But where was, obviously, the performance? There really wasn't. The midfield really was just a midfield duo of Beltran and De La Torre. Really, I know Bamba started as like a midfielder, but if eventually he went on to the attack as well. And they were playing a five at the back. Manu Sanchez was getting absolutely done by. I mean, if you watch the first half, Lucas Vazquez, Valverde, Rodrigo, they were all going at Manu Sanchez. On the other side, I thought Mingueza played pretty well. Obviously, yeah. And Gaeta had a decent, solid game, probably the man of the match, although he scored the own goal, and that tells you a lot when your keeper's the man of the match and you lose 4-0 and the keeper scores an own goal. You're looking at the team, there's no one else in that team that played as well as the keeper, and the keeper didn't even play particularly well. Although I don't think he played badly. I mean, the own goal is just unfortunate, really. But let's talk about the goals. First goal, set piece goal, corner goal, cross for Modric in, Rüdiger's header, saved by the keeper, but Vinicius Junior is there for the rebound to score. And then the first half was quiet. Real Madrid kept pushing but couldn't score. And in the 79th minute, yet another corner coming in. Rüdiger's header off the bar, smashes down to the ground, hits Gaeta, and goes in. Unfortunate for Gaeta and Celta Vigo. But then when you're looking at 10 minutes or so to go, even just a couple of minutes, really, you want to defend. If it's a 2-0 loss, it's okay. But then the third goal, Vinicius Junior has all the time and space in the world, gets a cross in, and for some reason Dominguez just somehow scored an own goal. I have no idea how that happened. And the last goal, Arda Güler came on, and I'm so happy for him. Comes on, gets a through ball from Dani Ceballos, if I'm not wrong, rounds past the keeper with his first touch, didn't even need to take a couple of touches. One touch, rounds past the keeper, and scores on his right foot. Incredible goal, and a good, game for his confidence and for a boost, really. But what does that mean now for Real Madrid? That means that in the table, still 7 points clear of Girona, 8 points clear of Barcelona. That's good. 10 games left to go. The upcoming games, we've got Osasuna away next, So that will be a pretty tough challenge. Although we did beat them 4-0 as well earlier this season, but obviously we are going away there. As for Girona, they'll be taking on Getafe away. That's not going to be easy. And for Barcelona, they will be taking on Atletico Madrid away. So we're hoping that Atletico Madrid can do us a favor because they're not in a title race. So if they can take the 3 points away, that will be huge. Because if Real Madrid win, if Girona win, and Barcelona slip up, that's Barcelona out of the title race for, you know, ever, basically. I mean, not forever, but for the rest of the season. So Atletico Madrid could help Girona and Barcelona out. But of course, they want to chase Barcelona down as well. They want to get themselves safe. They want to get closer to Barcelona because at the moment, Atletico Bilbao are closer to Atletico Madrid than Atletico Madrid are closer to Barcelona. So, if they drop out of the top four, it'll be pretty huge. But of course, Barcelona have the midweek game against Napoli, so maybe it might affect them for the next game, maybe. But in terms of this game, Real Madrid looking very, very, very sharp indeed. Obviously, I wouldn't say that this is the best version of Real Madrid, but it's good to see Rodrigo coming back into the starting 11. Obviously Bellingham suspended for the next two, which is now one La Liga game, so he'll be out for the Osasuna game as well. But obviously, it's good to see a pair of an attackers up top with Vini and Rodrigo, Brahim Diaz right behind them. And speaking of Brahim Diaz, just this week as well, I believe he has decided to play and join the Morocco national team. So that's absolutely good news for him because he was never really gonna get the game time for Spain, with the kind of attacking qualities that Spain have and even just talent. Where does he play? I mean, what is Brahim Diaz's best position? Is it a 10? Is it on the right? Is it on the left? Who knows, right? So it's good to see that he's got he's made the decision to join Morocco. Had a decent game. The midfield played really, really well of Valverde, Modric, and Camavinga. But that's what happened when you allow these kind of players to get control of the game. I mean, just look at the stats. 64 possession to 36, 25 shots to 11, 13 shots on target to 1. Real Madrid had more shots on target than Celta had shots at all. So obviously, that's what happens when you let a midfield of Valverde, Modric, and Camavinga get control. The back line, I thought Lucas Vázquez played well. Mendy was alright. Nacho was decent. Rüdiger played really, really well as well. But, my man of the match will probably go to Rüdiger. I just think that, obviously, it's not really an assist, but he did help score the first goal. And then obviously did help score the second goal as well. And bold Rüdiger, is at his absolute prime as well, playing really, really well, attacking the corners, which was something that Celta Vigo were not doing or were afraid of. So, good job by Rüdiger. That's why he's my man of the match. Vinicius Junior, obviously you could give him your man of the match, a goal and an assist. Technically not an assist, but it was an own goal, but a goal as well. Not too bad. Arda Güler coming on, scoring a goal as well was good for him. Toni Kroos came on, Joselu came on, Tchouaméni came on, Dani Ceballos came on as well. But there were some pretty decent performances in there. But personally, I just think Rüdiger was absolutely incredible. And Arda Güler scoring, obviously, the last time I'm going to say this, good for his confidence, good to build up the momentum. Because, look, he might have only come on for, 5 minutes or so. But that is enough to help him get the goal. I don't think he will start against Osasuna or Athletic Bilbao. Maybe at the club he might get some minutes, and I think he will come on for a couple of minutes. When I say a couple, I don't mean like a couple as in a couple. I mean maybe 15-20 minutes against Osasuna, Athletic Club, maybe Mallorca. and then after that is El Clasico. So some very big games coming up. Before I end, I just want to talk about Vinicius Junior, and obviously, uh, he his shirt got pulled by Mingueza, and obviously there's a yellow card, there's a foul, but it was absolutely unnecessary for Vinicius Junior to go over to Mingueza and push him, and on here we have always said the racist and racism stuff is unacceptable, but the on-field stuff where Vinicius Junior can control it, he has to find a way to relax. He has to find a way to calm down. And I think the teammates of his, the players on the pitch, have to tell him to calm down. Ancelotti has to tell him to calm down. Because he cannot afford to just keep getting yellow cards and producing these kind of moments. He got away with one against Leipzig, where he did the same thing to Orban. Now he's done it to Mingueza. Who knows what he might do in the next few games. So he has to calm down. He has to relax. He's clearly a very good player. We know that. Let your football do the talking. Whatever the opponent might say or do, it's totally fine. Don't get into, fights and unnecessary pushes and stuff like that when you don't have to. But Real Madrid win this game quite comfortably, and that's another 3 points. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the button if you did, subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.